Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here on this cool Tuesday morning. We're in a little weather turn right now where, we had that rain and warm all weekend, but right now it's cooled off. And actually, we had a lot of drizzle last night, and drizzle continues down right now into the Indian Pass area. I was looking at the radar just before it came on air, and all around Cape San Blas, Indian Pass, you've got pretty thick drizzle and a light rain right there. Our weather brought to us, of course, by Haney Technical Center at 757-5500. Run by there for any of your educational needs, and they will certainly help you out. Right now, it's 42 degrees. It's cool and it's damp also. And I always thought, when it's damp outside and cool, it sort of just increases the coldness effect. I've always felt that way, especially when you're outdoors on a boat or in a tree stand. It's 41 in Mariana and 43 Apalachicola and 42 in South Walton over there at Grayton Beach. High today, barely will get into 60, be around 61. Low tonight, they're talking about 38 degrees tonight, and tomorrow morning they're looking at a 35-degree low on the coast. So you see what kind of pattern we're in right now. Water temperature dropped to 71 degrees. And the boating forecast, a little better than yesterday. Instead of going 10-foot seas, they're only predicting 7-foot seas. So it's going to be coming out of the west-northwest at 15 to 25 knots, and it's going to be choppy again on protected water. So might want to wait a day or two before you venture out. Taking a look at our river readings, I normally don't do river readings on Tuesday, but with the rain, I thought we might get a little bit of action. The Apalachicola is reading at a 1.5 and staying pretty level, and the Choctawhatchee will be going up, not quite as high as they predicted yesterday. Choctawhatchee is right at a 1 foot, going up to about 2 foot. Now, the big thing, of course, our weekend tides are going to be flat, but looking for the rest of this week, our tide brought to us on the Carl Vernon Marine Specialties tide chart. We're looking at, on the 29th, the low tide at 10:09 a.m., and the high tide tonight at 11:31. We got a 1.8 foot range. Really strong tides today. So there's a good chance to, if you can get out in that fishing, any kind of tidal flow, creeks or bayous, it'll certainly be a good day to get out. Okay? That takes care of our weather. We'll take our first break and we'll be right back.
Come join the Panhandle Outdoors team just in time for the holidays. Beat the rush and stock up on our team shirts and hats in a wide variety of color and sizes. For your convenience, we offer a Panhandle Outdoors shop at panhandleoutdoors.net. Simply visit our site and click shop to bring in the holiday season. Be a member of the Panhandle Outdoors team, Florida's only live daily outdoor show.
Panama City living is simply better without glasses. The Eye Center of North Florida offers the most advanced cataract surgery using lifestyle lens implants, which allow you to see all distances glasses-free. Our surgeons perform this quick and painless procedure at our accredited surgery center. When it comes to your vision, trust your local experts in surgical eye care. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is Panama City's exclusive full-line dealership. Built on a 45-year foundation of trust and total customer satisfaction in all departments, including our huge pre-owned department, where we'll pay top dollar for your current automobile as a trade-in, or we'll place your vehicle on our lot and help you sell it. At Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. 4 decades, 3 generations, 1 tradition.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Okay, welcome back. We've got a lot to cover today, so we're going to get started. And first of all, let's talk about it like a deer report for the Thanksgiving weekend. I get a lot of reports on email, and I of course, run into people at church and run into a lot of my students at school, and even some fellow teachers, and just out about. I just run into a lot of people like y'all do and hear about so-and-so and this and that. And I would say overall the report's been fairly good. The added, and this is really neat now, the added view I'm getting now on deer reports and fishing reports actually is on Facebook. I'm not, telling you to get on Facebook and all, but I got on about a year or two ago, and I've really enjoyed it because I've hooked up with some old high school friends that in Arkansas, North Carolina, Miami that I probably never would talk to much anymore, but now we're on a regular basis. I got a lot of former students on there, and what they're doing, a lot of my former students, they're in their 30s now, and some of them actually in their 40s, but when they get a big fish or a nice buck, they're posting on Facebook. So I'm seeing a lot of stuff on there now, which gives me a whole new view of the wildlife activities going on here in the Panhandle. So there have been some nice bucks, a couple of 8 points. Matt Conner got one up there in Wausau, and a couple others brought in. So I don't have those pictures, but the reports were good. I do have this picture here. Good friend Jerry Register, our school board member Jerry Register. I'd love to see these guys hunt. Jerry loves outdoors, and this is a nice buck that he got. Now Jerry has some family land up there in Georgia, and it's close to Quitman, Georgia, if you know that area between Georgetown and Fort Gaines over there. This was a 225-pound, 10-point buck on Thanksgiving morning. That's a good job there, Jerry. Thanks, Mark, for sending that. And we'll have some deer sausage pretty soon, I'm sure. And don't forget, here in Florida now, Scott and Lindsay and I were talking about this last night. It sort of slips up on it. A lot of people have forgotten to get that $5 deer permit. You have to have a $5 deer permit unless, of course, you have a sportsman license, or even if you have a sportsman license, but you have to have a $5 deer permit. That's something that started new last year, and a lot of people aren't aware of that. So you have to have it when you get your hunting license. So don't forget to get that. And also while we're talking about deer hunting, a new area to hunt this year, I mentioned this a while back in the summer when it first came out. I'll mention it one more time. Juniper Creek Wildlife Management Area is around Clarksville. It's not very big, about 900 acres, about 2 miles wide, about a mile deep, off Highway 20. But it have eight stations, 8 little blinds set up. It's a family hunting area, and for parents and a couple of kids. They have those 8 food plots. They have nice blinds built in. It's actually not owned by the state. The state's helping run it. It's owned by the federal government. The U.S. Forestry Service runs it, and it's only a federally run youth place in the state of Florida. And the ranger station right there in Bristol, you can go there and get a quota permit. Talk to them about hunting there. They want to do some weekends hunt. They did a Thanksgiving hunt. They're going to do a Christmas hunt, and a New Year's hunt, and maybe one more hunt, and then a spring turkey hunt. So that's a new project they have going on over there, and I love to see anytime they open up something new for hunters. I love to see that. So be aware of that. It's 5 family hunts total. All right. Now let's get into some actual. Let's look at a fishing picture. If you missed the show Friday morning, some of y'all missed it, but I had Rachel Hallman, one of my former students, on the show. Rachel was in my class of 02, 03. And now she went to the University of Florida and majored in wildlife conservation and got a job with U.S. Fish and Wildlife right out of college. And then she, 2 years ago, got a job with the U.S. Army as a fish biologist, and she's stationed at Fort Stewart and loves her job. That's over by Savannah. And she was home for Thanksgiving, so again, she was on Facebook. I said, Rachel, can you run by, be on the show? Of course, she jumped at it, and I loved having her on. She had the show here with me, and she couldn't wait to get out because that afternoon she and her dad and a good friend of her dad's were going diving for some flounder, and she sent these pictures to me Saturday. Check this out. This is Rachel, and she and her dad and her friends, they had 24 flounder and 1 triggerfish. That was Friday afternoon after Thanksgiving. I know she had a good time, and Rachel's back up in Savannah now, but it's really neat to see. The flounder, there's still some flounder caught close to the pass this past weekend. There was still some flounder being caught, so we're on the tail end of that flounder run, but still being caught. Actually, some will call off the pier if you heard the pier report yesterday. And again, on that pier report, every Monday morning we do it, and that bonita run continued strong. There was some big bonita caught, a lot of bonita caught. Some guys catch those bonita now and keep them for bait, and it's a good time of year to do that. So the pier report's good. Okay, so a lot of good things going on. We'll have more pictures, but on a cold morning like you wake up to this morning, I was telling Jeff, we're going to give away a coffee mug this morning because I know some of y'all want to stop by and get a cup of coffee at Express Lane. And here's a free refill and a free coffee mug. Hadn't done this in a while. So we're going to give this away during this break. So call my number, 819-5548. I'm going to take the third caller on this free coffee mug, okay? We'll be right back.
Captain's Cove Marina, designed with fishermen in mind. Easy access to the best fishing along Florida's forgotten coast. Deep sea fishing, fly fishing from a kayak, cruising endless miles of bayous, bays, and the intercoastal waterway. Count on the Captain's crew to work hard to make your day on the water the best ever. Captain's Cove Marina, 1617 Grouper Avenue, Port St. Joe, 850-227-3357.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed. They build dairy feed. They make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at that, Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want over to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy it almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
When you stop by Blue Water Outriggers, you will find everything for your outdoor adventure. Stock up on all your favorite brands and shop for some of the latest outdoor gear and accessories. You can also shop online and have your orders delivered straight to your home. Our flagship store is nestled right off the Highway 98 in the Port City Shopping Center, just steps away from the Port St. Joe Marina. You will love our selection, our prices, and our friendly service. Panama City Beach is known as one of the top dive destinations in Florida. Divers Den offers daily dive charters that can accommodate up to 13 divers. Our boat captain is U.S. Coast Guard certified and a PADI dive instructor. We have trained professionals who offer a variety of scuba certifications. Come see us at our two locations on Thomas Drive and Tyndall Parkway.
All right, we're back. So we're still calling. I've answered the winner, Jack Simmons over Bill Kramer, won it. We had a bunch of calls, and a lot of times they jammed together. So Jack, congratulations, and I'll run by. In fact, I'm gonna need to run by there anyway. Probably buy a new truck, so I'll run by there and trade you a coffee mug for that new truck. Okay. We wanted to get started. The dates, the seasons, and all. It's really sort of get complicated when you start looking at all the things we would do and all as far as hunting and fishing and all. But right now, hunting season kicked off, and Thanksgiving sort of the regular gun season is closed. But let's look at this, and I had to get a lot of questions about what's going on. We're in Zone D, and the big thing, of course, the archery season has ended, the deer dog training season is ended, the crossbow. Now, right now, we're in crossbow from October 22nd through December the 2nd. Okay, that's right there. The muzzle loading, December the 3rd, and through February the 20th. Okay, and the general gun season is closed, but then it's going to open back up December 10th. That's Saturday week. It's going to open back up. And doe season right after that, antlerless, is the day after Christmas, December 26th through January the 1st. We'll skip fall turkey, and quail, of course, is in. Quail and turkey, bobcat, and then the spring. But the big thing now is crossbow. Make sure you understand you can, crossbow season, or you can do crossbow during muzzle loading. Muzzle loading season is December the 3rd and February the 23rd through 9th, which is just this week now. That's Monday through Friday of this week on muzzle loading. Okay, Monday through Friday of this week. I'm sorry, of next week. I'm sorry, of next week. I've looked. That's why it's so confusing. I have to take this chart with you. Okay, now. So muzzle loading opens up next Monday. It'll go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then on the 10th, we're going to open back up with regular gun season. Also on the 10th, it's going to be the third phase of the dove season. A lot of times that's overlooked by people. That third phase, a lot of times, is the most exciting part of the right here, the dove season right in here, morning dove. Right there, okay? The third phase, December 10th. That's sort of overlooked a lot of times. This is migratory game bird season. Jeff, can we get a little bit closer? I wouldn't worry about that stuff on the right if we just zoom in a little bit. The waterfowl, okay, waterfowl and coot, that's the thing too. December 10th, the regular duck season opens, and the third phase right here of morning dove is going to be open, okay? And geese season, 19th through 27th, and December 1st through January 30th. That's But the big thing is waterfowl opens back up on the 10th, and also that third phase of the dove season, which is always a good phase. A lot of times, what goes on is we really get on the third phase that migratory push of birds with this cold weather coming like right now, and actually having snow in Birmingham this morning. So you can imagine a lot of those migratory flights will be coming down, and we'll have that on that third phase. So don't forget that. Okay, a good friend of mine, Kenny Bosley. I see Kenny every Sunday. Good hunter. We duck hunted back a long time ago, but right now Kenny has a farm, the family farm up in Missouri, and he goes up there every fall and turkey hunts, and actually deer hunts in the fall and spring gobbler turkey hunts. Always has some nice game pictures he sends back with us, and while he's up there, he watches the show on YouTube every night. Sometimes in the afternoon, he said he'll watch it. This year, his son-in-law joined him for a week, and his son-in-law got a really nice buck. His name's Todd Burke. Dad's Burke and Blue. His father's a lawyer over in Destin now, married to Kenny's daughter. And after Todd got that big buck, the next day he took the camera out, his video camera, just sat and was videoing some deer. Kenny was in the stand not too far from him, and this little video will actually depict what happened. This is I don't want to be derogatory. This is amateur photography, and Todd, not a photographer like most of us would be, just in a deer stand. It's great action. It might be a little fuzzy and jumpy at times, but Todd did a great job filming this, and you're going to see a really nice buck. You're going to see Kenny in a deer stand, and he gets his whole hunt on video. It's a 3-minute video, so bear with us. It's really great action. This is one of these reality TV shows, and Kenny brought it to me Sunday morning. I said, we're going to show this on the show Tuesday. So let's roll this video, Tom. Take a look on it.
Let's see. Get a spike, and a doe, and 2 more does. So there's a spike right there. About 340. Decent 8-point right there. Okay, you see? He's quite a ways away from me. Well, up a little bit.
Okay, all right. We'll work on that. It should keep going. Now you see what size buck that is. That is a nice buck right there, and it should keep going. We'll work on it during the break. Let's go ahead and we'll take our break, and we'll be right back.
When you think of a successful hunting season, 2 things come to mind: Browning and CMG Sporting Goods. Browning is the best there is, and CMG Sporting Goods is your factory direct, full-line Browning dealer. CMG stocks Browning guns, camo, knives, scopes, gun safes, bows, and much more, including hunting and fishing license. Look over the new Browning BAR camo short right and X-Bolt rifles. Why pay good money for anything less than a Browning? Browning and CMG, the best there is. Home of the experts.
It's the one dream you never lost sight of. To own one place that truly inspires you. And one tractor that can help you handle it all. The versatile BX50 series subcompact tractor from Kubota. It's the one.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Soul Tractor today.
The greatest investment we can all make is in the lives of our children and grandchildren.
To help you invest for retirement, handle your IRA rollover, protect your family with life or long-term care insurance, call my dad for an appointment at his new office on Wilson Avenue behind Lowe's. And he'll give you a copy of his most recent book, 7 Steps to Serious Money. For free! Waterlogic, your serious money advisor!
My name's Captain Rick Couri. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAM certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your visits.
See how cautious he is. Oh, there he comes. Oh, that's a nice one. He's coming right in front of Kenny. There's Kenny's stand. You out shooting, Kenny? That was the coolest hunt, man. I had it all on video too. Kenny, he's right there. Go get your prize. Golly. Woo, he's a big joker. Oh no, man. Let me look at that. Ooh.
He would have been a 6x6.
No way.
Yeah, he'd have been a 12 point.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Look at that joker. Good shooting, man. How cool is that? Woo, I got it all on video. Yeah. That thing back there. Good shooting, Kenny. Woo, doggy, you got you a big old deer. Yeah. Heck yeah, man. Woo.
All right, you can see that's exciting, and thanks, Tom, for getting that back on. That was a nice buck, and congratulations, Kenny, and a good job filming, Todd. That's reality TV. Let's take a look at our Express Lane Fishing Game forecast for today. We're looking at our times at 3:22 this morning, 5:22, so we just passed that time. But this afternoon, if you can get off early now, really, it's going to be settling down. The weather, the sun's going to be coming back out, so 3:47 to 5:47 this afternoon will be an excellent time. That's brought to us by Express Lane, American-owned and American-operated. I got this email Sunday night, and I didn't have time to show it yesterday. I wish I had shown it yesterday morning, but I had a great picture on here, and it sent it to me. Let me read your email first. It said, "Hey, Coach," he said, "my dad watches your show regularly and suggested I send you this photo. I was walking down the beach on Black Friday afternoon and saw this deer resting by the pier at Camp Helen State Park at Inlet Beach. Check this out." Now, he's walking down the beach, and there's a pier there at Camp Helen right behind it, and the deer, you can see, is just, it'd been swimming. The young buck quickly drew a crowd, and some of us were worried because the deer was shivering and did not want to move. We contacted the park ranger at Camp Helen, who said the deer had been swimming in the Gulf on and off all day. In between swims, he would come out back on the beach and rest. So, I mean, that shows, there's another picture of him right there. So, that shows how popular. And the Tourist Development Council, I was thinking, could use this as a good ad. I mean, everybody loves Panama City Beach, even the deer, because that beach that deer went out swimming at the beach and came back in and just relaxed on the beach. That's a good job there. Good picture. Thanks for sending that. That comes from Craig Carper. Craig, thanks, and tell your dad I appreciate him watching the show. All right? Here was a picture I was going to go ahead and show you of Kenneth buck. Here's a still picture he sent me. That should be right there too. And anytime you get a picture, email it to us, send it to me. That was a nice buck brought in. That was a Missouri buck brought in by our local hunters there. Okay? Now, I have a lot of other things too to show you, and we're going to run out of time. One of the things, we were catching those trout, and they were asking let's see, this email right here said, "Hey, Coach, I really enjoy your show and the activities that are found in the programs. Whenever my wife and I are in Walton County and we receive the program on Dish Network on Channel 28, we love watching it. We spent part of our time in Fort Walton Beach, and I am unable to find your show. Does Cox Cable care in Okaloosa County?" Well, the answer to that, this is from Dave Gordon, Flash Gordon. Dave, we cover 9 counties. We don't quite go in Okaloosa County. We cover all the counties before there. And what he asked also, he said, "By the way, what is the name of the grub you were using and the color that were catching all those speckled trout?" What we had on the other day was a twin tail. First of all, I'm just going to tell you, show you a twin tail grub that we had on when fishing for those. And that was the key to it, I think, because we were trolling. You see the twin tails right there? And the biggest thing, though, we had that action right there. So we had and then we had a yellow head. But now this is not the color. It's one of my favorite colors, really. But the color we used, I'm going to show you the color we used, was actually right here. This root beer color, okay? It's close to motor oil root beer color. This was a color that we were able to use. This is a single tail. As you can imagine, combined, this is a quarter ounce jig head right here. And we were trolling, but it was this color right here, and it had a twin tail. And I think that was the action, because we tried several different things, and that twin tail action, especially when you're trolling right there, that twin tail gets a lot of motion in it, gets them attracted to it, okay? So that was our tackle tip for the day. Another thing too, I was looking at these, when you get them out of the package, this was actually a gotcha head, but when you get them out of the package, always, the paint is always over the eyes right there. See, right here? And a lot of times at home, you can take care of this at home, but sometimes you get out in the water, and what I do, I just take the hook from another one and just poke it down in that hole right there. There you go, poke it down in that hole right there and knock that paint loose. That is always a problem, and I can understand in the manufacturing process what they do. They just dip them, and they don't really have time or take the time to actually clear out those holes. I always do it with another hook right there. So that's our tackle talk for today. Okay, now we have a lot more, but I've got to next week. Well, actually tomorrow. Now I'm gonna have two ladies on the show. You're gonna get a kick out of them. They're gonna be in town we're gonna talk about some hunting and some little project they have going on. And then Thursday I've got a really good video you're gonna enjoy. And of course Friday I talked to last night, the Tarpon Dock Seafood giveaway. I'll go and tell you now what we're going to give away Friday. It's going to be a dozen bacon wrapped stuffed shrimp. Now I know you want to get that, and also a whole red snapper. So that's going to be on Friday's Tarpon Dock Seafood giveaway. So if you haven't registered, you still can register from here throughout the year. I've run out of time. I want to thank you all for inviting me into your home this morning. I'll wrap up. It's going to be cold today, cold and windy and wet. So be sure and keep those kids wrapped up and warm. And you do something good for somebody today, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.